How do you too? Hi, Janine. First one in. It always takes a minute or two before people start to trickle in. Saw you licking your chops. I think we got the brush too, don't we? It's going up later in the week for us too, but we're in a cold streak. It's actually supposed to be like in the 30s tonight. So I don't know. Maybe it's the last of it. We'll see. Hey, Bearcat. That is as in Baylor Bearcat. No, for Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, that's not Baylor then. I'm pretty sure that that's a little out of their range, but I don't know. I could look it up. It's weird when the weather can't make up its mind. Yeah, I can't. It's been actually pretty nice and warm for the last week or so, and had a little break and a little big dip last night. And it's supposed to be even, we're only supposed to get into the 50s, I think, today, and then it's supposed to be in the 30s at night. But then it warms up again. So yeah, the weather in Texas can't make up its mind either. Wow. Yes, he's still here. Look at that satisfied face. Kind of hard to scratch your own head, isn't it? There's Gene. Starting out kind of slow today. Oh, that's right. Rhonda's not here yet. Hopefully she'll show up. That'd be kind of fun, right? Haven't talked to her in a couple weeks. No, I haven't. I didn't even I remember that it was, and I woke up this morning about 6 o'clock and I said, "Are we changing the clocks this week?" And I went up and looked at my cell phone, and we hadn't indeed changed it. So I just set my alarm to go off an hour earlier, or else I might have missed this. But I haven't changed them all. A lot of them are still wrong. The grandfather clock, I changed that one because that one goes off during the live stream, and wouldn't want it to be wrong. The cuckoo clock I also reset, but I'm not sure how much of that was the fact that the hours had changed and how much of it that it isn't keeping good time right now. I'm trying to figure out why. Some reason the pendulum length or the pendulum level changed. So still working on that a little bit. All right. Okay. I was not aware of that. Yeah. My phones, my computers, they all reset on their own. But yeah, the stuff that isn't connected to the internet has to be manually reset. Hopefully, we're gonna get to the point we're done with this. This is stupid changing the clocks back every year, twice a year. It's like cutting one foot off of a blanket and sewing it to the other end of the blanket and thinking you have a longer blanket. Yeah, I've heard that rumor too. I hope. I hope. I mean, it's not even something Trump has to do. Congress could do it if they want. We just got to let our congressmen know this is stupid. Haven't done any yard work now since since the last video. Basically, I got those first couple stones in place, and that's just going to be a slow, tedious process where I put a few of them in place. Uh, every once in a while. I'm finding that I need to do it kind of an early evening when it's darker because at the distance I'm working outside in the bright sun, the laser light doesn't, you can't see it. So I got to get a little darker out there, which also is going to limit the amount of time I could do it. But the other side of that is, when it's dark, it'll be cooler, and so that'll be nice. The other side of that is, when it's dark, it'll be cooler, and so that'll be nice. I won't have to worry about baking in the sun or something like that. And if that's what it is, if the daylight savings time is a 50-50 issue, then I agree. Throw it back to the states. Let the states figure it out. Because some of the states don't do daylight savings time anyway. So yeah, I agree. We ought to just petition the states, and that's actually the way it's supposed to work anyway. Hello, Tracy. Work's going all right, Kenny. It was a tough week this week. Yesterday was just really crazy busy all day long, and it's basically been like that every week, every day this week. We actually managed to get out on time last night, or more or less on time. But I was there till like 10 o'clock one night, a couple nights ago, just getting stuff finished up. It's there's a reason they call it work. Okay, Bite has left the scene here for the moment, so Might as well make this comfortable on myself, right? I know that the company is about to invest in a new line for us, so that's good news. They're making all sorts of modifications and updates to the building. We're getting a new cafeteria, and yeah, so I think the company's on a good track. Seems that the powers that be think it's worth investing in. So yeah, I think the company's doing good. Start your new job. All right. I hope you're as successful in yours as I have been in mine. Luckily for me, colds just seem to manifest in the form of me losing my voice for about a week. It's frustrating at work because when I don't have a voice, it makes it really hard to communicate. It's kind of noisy on the manufacturing lines, and so you got to be able to project to get across. And when you can't even speak a normal room, normal speaking voice, it's really hard. I'm not considering any other critters at this point. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, Bite and I are just having our own alone time. Yeah, I'm sort of the same way, Janine. I pretty much pretty come become pretty reclusive on my weekends. I prefer just to hang out at home, do something in the backyard, work on some little project in the house, go out hike on some trails. I haven't done that in a while. I had sort of a customer service type job when I worked in a CD world. It was my job to talk to the customers and answer their tech questions about some of the aspects of what we did. So I enjoyed doing that. It was actually kind of fun because it was kind of a charge, kind of when you could help someone solve their problem. I haven't been in Waco or in Texas long enough to to know what a unusual winter is yet, because I've seen a lot of extremes here. Really mild winters. I've seen kind of the other end of it. So I do like it when it snows a little bit. Interesting, huh? Good luck, Tracy. Hope it works out. What the heck are we watching back there? That channel got monetized? I guess so. Really? Now I'm watching Disney commercials? Wow, that's bad news. Disney definitely doesn't get me. Disney Plus, advertising on my own live stream. Jeez. I think if you're talking about the Cottonland Castle, I think Chip and Joanna still own that. There was talk at one point it was going to be sold, but then at the last minute they pulled out. And right now I think it's just, it's completely restored apparently. It's beautiful. They were doing tours for a while. I wish I'd gone in, but I don't think they're doing anything there at this point. I got a chance though. I'd definitely jump at it to try and get a tour inside, especially if I could bring the camera in. I have tried Whataburgers. I'm not impressed. There's people who come to California and say they don't get what is it? In and Out. They don't get In and Out burgers, but I really like In and Out burgers. But I don't get Whataburger. I've had it a couple of times. It's nothing special. In fact, the first time I ever had it, the sandwich I got came back looking like that hamburger defense got in Falling Down, where it set him off and shot up the place. It was like that thick. I mean, it was pathetic. It looked like somebody had stepped on it. Yeah, in my case, I put Whataburger on the same level as McDonald's. It's just so it's a place to be avoided. I know there's a lot of people love that stuff, but it ain't for me. It would be fun to check out that place. And I do know they tried to sell it, or they were talking about it for a while, and I don't know. All I remember is that the deal fell through somehow, or was withdrawn, or something. Well, then maybe the problem with McDonald's is they aren't hiring quality people. I think Jordan did a vlog of it. I mean, I know I went with Jordan, and I don't think he was. I don't remember. I don't remember if we were allowed to photo video in there or not. I got photos, I think, of it, but I wasn't vlogging at the time. He was. You ought to go check it out, though. It's really amazing. I had a blast in that place. See, the one French fries is the one thing that McDonald's does well. Their fries are amazing, and like I said, I like In and Out, but their fries are horrible. If you don't eat them within seconds of them coming out of the fryer, they start to taste like cardboard. Yeah, stay tuned, Bearcat. Bearcat. I'm on the first day of about 10 days off of work right now. I don't have to be back to work until the 20th. And so I'm going to go out and do a couple of travel vlogs. I'm actually going to go to the Lego convention at the convention center this afternoon. I got tickets for that. So that'll be the next vlog to come up. And then I got a little short road trip I'm going to do up to around the Dallas area. I'm going to stay there overnight and I'm going to cover two kind of cool things there. So I got some fun things coming up. Stay tuned. Yeah, but some fries age better than others do. Some fries age like fine wine. Other fries age like milk. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to see that today. I expect it's going to be all sorts of Lego sculptures. It's going to be a fun one, I think. I had Legos when I was a kid, and it was one of my favorite toys. And in fact, I still have some of my Legos now, but I don't know, a lot of them went missing. You mean the Hecho and Waco place? Yeah, I'll do it. I kind of got out of the habit of doing restaurant vlogs. You notice I don't do a whole lot of them anymore. I did a lot more of them early on. I think it was a lot more common in the apartment because I was more inclined to go out and get away from the place and go out and get something to eat rather than hang out in that place. Now that I got a house, it's one I could spend all my time doing something here, and you know, it's just not as much incentive to get out. The last rock shop visit was a complete success. The store is back open. It was good to see Kara and Lucy again, and I got some kind of cool stuff here. Let me show you what I got. I got a bunch of kind of fun little things. I saw that. It's a little. This is a little bit more green than it looks on the camera. It kind of looks blue, but it is actually kind of green. And I thought that was kind of pretty. You know me, I like the sparkly stuff. And I got this. I thought this was really cool. This is a just all sorts of little teeny tiny crystals with kind of this bluish tint to it. So yeah, I thought that was really pretty too. I like those tiny. I like the ones that have the little teeny tiny crystals in them like that. That's a lot of fun. And this one's just kind of unimpressive on this side, but got this weird little crystal formation on the other side here, which is I don't know. I like that stuff. And I got this little thing. This is just a little piece of fluorite, but I like the fluorite because the fluorite glows under the black light. I like a lot of that stuff, and this does some fun stuff. So that was a cute little piece. And I got that. I hadn't seen anything like that before. This thing's almost reflective like glass. Look at how that reflects light. It's almost like a mirror. You can almost see the clock right there. So I thought that was kind of fun. I actually already have two other of these, but this was a really big, nice celestite geode, really pretty. I don't have one this big. And I thought that was really cool. I love the big, massive crystals inside that thing. So that's a cool piece. So yeah, I would say that that was a successful visit. And I was talking to Kara. She said she had a really great opening weekend too. And she said she had something like 83 transactions or something like that. So it was actually kind of cool because I apparently got there like in the first kind of lull that they'd had since they opened. So I kind of had the whole store to myself for a few minutes. Well, I was thinking when I go to the Lego thing today, I'm not against the idea of getting something. Now, I was thinking that today, this morning, when I was thinking about this, is like, the Lego has changed since I was a kid. Now you buy Lego, it's these kits where it's this one thing, Darth Vader's head or something like that, and it's all the pieces in there to build that. And when I was a kid, it was just a bunch of square blocks, and I don't want any of the like the you can only build one thing out of it kits. I had a blast with the Legos because I could build anything out of it. And so if I were to see a kit like that, and I don't know if they're selling anything or if it's just like an art display of people who built stuff out of their Legos. I don't know. We'll see. They just call it a Lego convention. So I have actually thought it'd be fun. I actually told Kara over at the store that one of the things that she hasn't quite picked up on me about me is that I would be interested in like gemstones and gold, silver, in like raw formats. And so I think she's going to start looking for stuff like that for me. I've thought about chickens, but I don't know. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a Lego place in Mall of America. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to have to raise enough chickens in order to be able to sell, dozens of eggs at a time. That's not worth the trouble. It does look like a blue lake in the middle of the mountains, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't say it was going to be cheap. Yeah, is that what gold's going for now? 2,300. I wouldn't have to have a full ounce, but it would be kind of fun. I got an ingot of copper. I don't think eggs have been that expensive here. I mean, I don't think it's anywhere near. I buy 18 at a time because I go through eggs pretty fast. I don't remember exactly. Let's go see what the HEB says. Hang on. Let's go right to the source. All right, let's see. 18 count of eggs. Okay, now we'll cut away here and we can go visit the HEB website. You know you want to do that. So yeah, there's eggs right there. It's showing pictures of a carton of 12 eggs, but I see it varying from what 612 to 961, but that's for 18. So each one of us says 18 count. So I don't know. I think they are less expensive here. Didn't know you're going to go visit the HEB website today, did you? Well, that would be another question too. I'd also be concerned. There's like a local bird predators. I see hawks and stuff around here all the time. I'd like to if I was going to have chickens, I'd have them kind of have free run in the backyard. And I'd just be concerned they'd be taken away. I've also thought about, it'd be fun to have like rabbits in the backyard too, but it was the same concern with them, having hawks or something take them away. We also got some vultures around here that we see from time to time. Get a little piece of roadkill there, and boom, you'll get a big, ugly blackbird feeding on it. I've shown them too. There's a whole bunch of them that hang out at the Cameron Park Zoo. I don't. There was some other species of vulture. I don't recall. I like it was a black vulture or something like that. I wish I could attract them around my house on Halloween. Maybe if I put some like some rotten meat on the roof or something like that. How cool would that be for Halloween to have a bunch of vultures hanging around the house, like the real kind, the real ones? Just make a deal with HEB. Hey, I'd like to buy some spoiled chicken. Uh, because you get it for half price because they take a loss on that. That could be, you could probably do it. I might be able to actually attract vultures to hang out on the roof of my house on Halloween. How trippy would that be? Hanging out in the trees, looking down at people. I knew that I never knew they would to went into abandoned houses or stuff like that. That's interesting. Like I said, there's hundreds of them hang out around the Cameron Park Zoo. I've seen them a couple times when I've been there. And the zoo just embraces it. They got signs up all over the place that says, "Yeah, they just come here. They're wild and they just hang out." It's funny they've taken over the lion den. That seems to be where they mainly hang out. You'll see 100 of them, and their lions just don't even try and mess with them anymore. They're quicker than the lions are. Oh, Gene sent something to the Facebook page here. Okay, let's see what Gene sent to the Facebook page. Must not have come through yet. I get surprised too sometimes. Some of the beautiful homes I find that I hear about that are just abandoned. I mean, somebody's got to clearly own them because otherwise, you think some squatter would just go in there and live in them. All right, well, it's 11:38 Central Time, and it's Central Daylight Time now. I know there was a beautiful home in downtown Waco that's been around for 100 years. It just needed some love, but it had been abandoned. They tore it down. That was a house that I wish I could have afforded to buy. It just would be a fun project house. Yeah, they tend to do that. Oh, they'll leave if the food dries up. But it would still be kind of creepy, even if it was a week or two that they hung out afterwards. Keep the rodent population down. I heard about that being towed to Alabama. They're going to sink it, right, and make it like a reef. Yeah, something like that. And you can dive on it too. It's not just going to be like a fishing reef. It'll be, something you can dive on, right? Kind of add to the tourist industry. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, that's what I heard. I bet it took months to clean. I've heard of them doing that though. Like old battleships. They'll completely pull everything out of it. They'll clean everything. Get rid of any oil or stuff that might be in the engine, and then they'll just cut a bunch of holes in it and they'll sink it. And if they do it right, they can land it on the bottom. Um, you know, sitting upright. Yeah. I saw a documentary on them, like sinking a battleship or something a number of years ago. It's kind of fascinating. It's a real technical thing because you don't want the boat going down and then laying on its side. You want the best way is if it's perfectly level on the surface on the bottom of the ocean, and so people can literally walk on the deck. It's a real job. Yeah, I what I do with the ads is I have a bunch of options, and one of them is just a timed ad. So I got it set so every 12 minutes it feeds an ad. Uh, this gives me a little bit more warning when it is, and a little bit more control over when it happens, because I'll actually get a little dialogue box on my screen here that'll tell me, oh yeah, you're gonna have an ad in 60 seconds, and allows me to kind of create a natural break and stop talking when the ad pops up. So yeah, I mean that's part of it. I don't sit here and beg for money on this, but you know I do get a little something for it, right? The USS Nevada, was that at Bikini Atoll? USS Nevada, huh? Yeah, I mean, if we can't find some dry dock to put these things in, then scuttling them is kind of cool. Right, that's a trip. So it was one of the A bomb tests. Wow, that's a trip. Yeah, well, they did it multiple times. I've seen like video of it. Yeah, they want to see how the ships hold up to a nuclear explosion, and I suppose some of them didn't hold up very well. Was it did it sink as a result of the A bomb test, or did they intentionally put it down? No, okay, okay, they scuttled it, so it survived the blast, but probably was damaged significantly. Or maybe it was just about to be scuttled anyway, and they say, well, let's use it here one last time. If it sinks, so what? If it doesn't sink, we'll sink it. I could understand that one. I could understand that argument, Bearcat, because of just because it's called the United States. It should have been put in a dry dock. I agree, but I guess there was nobody that wanted to, wanted to take it. It's sad, but that's sometimes the reality. Survive a kamikaze hit. That's interesting. That didn't always happen, did it? Wow. Bites back, in case you didn't hear him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's called the United States, you ought to treat it with some respect. But I guess I remember hearing that there was that little bit of controversy about it too. It's sad, but you know, like I said, a thing is only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. Reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode where some guys supposedly in the present at that point of the TV show robbed a whole bunch of gold from somewhere, maybe from Fort Knox or something like that, and they were hiding in a cave. And what they were going to do is kind of seal themselves in the cave and put themselves into suspended animation until the police gave up the search. And they ended up being asleep for like hundreds of years. And when they came out, gold wasn't worth anything anymore. Yes, I got some new rocks at the store last week, Darth. Here, I'll show you. I wanted to help make sure that they had a good opening weekend, so I dropped a little coin. So I got that piece. I think that's really cool. I like the sparkly stuff. Now this is more green in real life than it appears on the screen. It's almost a bluish grayish color, but it's got kind of a really green tint to it, and I like all the little bling on it. Some really pretty stuff there. I like that, and I got this piece, and I really like that one. That one's got all sorts of just tiny little quartz crystal type structures on it, but each one of them is maybe half an inch tall and maybe an eighth of an inch thick. So that's kind of cool. I like that one. And this one doesn't look like a whole lot until you look at it from the other side. And there's this, it's just like a native rock. It had some kind of funky little crystals grow on it. And I thought that was kind of cool. It's funny, I'm looking at the camera today. Camera looks really washed out for some reason. And I got that. That's just a funny little chunk of fluorite. And of course, I always like the fluorite because the fluorite does great things under black light. That's always kind of fun. And it's kind of like a larger piece of it. I have it's different because it's got funky little. Let's see if we can get it in front of the camera here so you can see it. It's really hard to tell, but it's got some funny little, almost stair step like crystals growing on it. And so I thought that was kind of cool. I got a bigger piece of that does that kind of on the same level, but that's a tiny little one. I like that. And I like this one. This one's cool because it's got such a reflective surface. It's clearly just a very flat surface, and it reflects light so well. You can actually see, reflections of the light that's lighting up the room right now. You can almost see the clock in this picture. So that's pretty cool. And then of course I got this massive piece of celestite. I've got a couple of pieces of celestite, but they're smaller than this. And this one's more complete. It's basically just a little chunk that got torn out here. But look at that big crystal inside there. There's a couple of really big crystals because there's a couple on the top too. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that's what I got this past week. In fact, Kara sent me a picture of something else that she thinks I might like. Actually, a couple of somethings that she thinks I might like. Here, let me show you. Because she sent me a message the other day saying that she was, that she'd found some good stuff, and I said, send a picture if you get a chance. And so she sent me a picture of this. Let me see. Let me back up here and make sure I'm getting everything identified right here. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I just realized that this is more based on something I asked her about. Here, let me show you. Kick away over here. This thing here. When I was there last time, I was telling her that one of the things that I'm kind of into that I don't think she's picked up on yet with me is that I'm like into like gemstones and stuff like that. So if she were, but like in raw form, like everything else. Because I told her, I've got a ruby, I've got an emerald, I've got a couple of opals, I got a garnet, and if I were to find like a raw diamond or something like that. I was even saying like an ingot of gold or silver or something like that would be cool. Well, she sent me this picture back, and this is a beautiful green garnet. And she found that, and I just realized just now that that's her responding to what I talked to, because that is a beautiful piece. And so she found that for me. And let's see. And she found this thing for me. And that's kind of cool too. I'm not really into, the shaped things, but I don't know. That's still pretty cool. And it's funny. I saw her promoting this on the Facebook page today or yesterday, I think, saying, anyone who would guess how heavy that thing was would get a 25% gift card or gift coupon on their next purchase. And since I got something very similar to that, and probably about the same size, I know how much mine weighs, so that probably weighs pretty similar. Let's see. Yeah, so you see this one on a white light. So Uh, it glows kind of pink, and that's kind of cool. But like I said, I really like this garnet, and so I might have to get that from her. Yeah, I would love to see that. In fact, while I was looking around for something on Facebook a minute ago, I saw that there was like a joke meme somebody put up that they'd gone into Fort Knox and all there was is cartons and cartons and cartons of eggs. Hey Jeff. Yeah, I have. Do I have any lava? I don't think I do. I think the closest thing I have to lava is like some obsidian. Oh, was okay. Was that what it was that you shared? Okay, so it didn't show up in my timeline. Maybe I didn't go to the all the way to the page. No, I haven't gotten a chance to watch Trump's speech yet, but I want to. Apparently, it was pretty good. That's something I'm going to do this weekend. I got a lot of time to listen to stuff, so I want to watch that thing on front to back. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it was a good one. Like I said, I'm gonna judge on my own, but I'm expecting a good one. I gotta admit, I was surprised how much he was able to do with the new shop. Because when I first looked at it, I said, and I was concerned too because the last thing that was in there, last shop that was in there sold rocks and minerals, and they weren't there anymore. And now all of a sudden you're going to put another rock and mineral shop in there. But I guess Kara is assuming that the customers are going to follow her. And the truth is, you know, a lot of them are. She isn't that far away. And, one of the things I realized about the shop is, and I was in there most of the life of the other shop, is that um, every time I went in there, there was always more and more people in there. At the very beginning, it'd be just occasionally somebody would walk in, and then it got to the point where every time I was there was somebody there or several somebodies. I had to wait my turn. And so, and, they were always, Kara and Chris were always talking to them and, carrying on like they're old friends. And, the way they carry on with me, oh yeah, here's what's going on. Here's what we found. Oh yeah, here's something you'll really like. They got a lot of, that tells me there are a lot of repeat customers. And when you have repeat customers, that's good. And so I have no doubt that the repeat customers will follow them. Yeah, I heard that Maria Bartiromo, sorry, Bartiromo. I don't know. I can't pronounce that, but I heard he did a good interview with her too. She's a good interviewer. She used to do like the business report, that kind of stuff. Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good talking to you. Hey, Dot. All right, we got both Darth and Dot in here today. Now this live stream's going to get fun. I think we just hit the halfway mark. Yeah, I think he's doing really great. Gonna wait for the clock to stop here, so I'm not competing with that. Yeah, I like what Trump is doing. I think the best thing in the world was when he didn't get reelected last time, because it gave him some time to really sit down and work out what he was going to do. And he hit the ground running, and I love what he's doing. No, it's time for it to go. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, and somebody mentioned that it seemed like it was kind of a 50-50 thing whether you keep it or get rid of it. And it was suggested, well, then we should do what normally it should be done, which is it goes to the states. Let the states figure it out. That's how things are supposed to be anyway. Work's good. There's a reason they call it work, but it's what gives me opportunity to enjoy my life off. So, I just dedicate my days at my work days to that's work, and that's what allows me to have time like this. Now it's really nice right now because we're at the beginning of maintenance interval now, so I'm off of work for the next 10 days. So we're gonna go out and do a little travel vlog, and we're gonna have some fun. So, and I'm gonna go do the Lego library or the Lego museum convention down at the Waco Convention Center today. So looking forward to seeing that. So I want to do, because now, sometimes it's a little hard to do vlogs, because there's only so many things I can show you in Waco without getting repetitive. But, sometimes it takes a little bit more initiative to get out there on the road. But when you get some time to do it, that's when's the time to do it, right? And it's funny, I was talking about the Alamo last week, and all of a sudden, everything on my Facebook profile keeps doing things about the Alamo. So I think uh, big tech is trying to convince me I need to do an Alamo vlog. I don't know if we'll get that done during this next 10 days, but I got a few things I want to do. So yeah, I kind of wish they'd do it too. But like I said, we ought to just go out on a state by state basis. Let the states figure it out, because there's already states that don't go on to daylight savings time. Well, apparently there's big news right now about the Alamo. Apparently they were doing some expansion at the Houston Zoo, and they found the limestone quarry that the limestone from the Alamo came from. And that just popped out like a day or two. I heard that. So if I were to go do an Alamo vlog, maybe hit the Houston Zoo too, and see if I could see that, because that would be interesting from a geological standpoint for me. Yeah, no Yellowstone. It's too early for Yellowstone. I found out that Yellowstone doesn't even open up until like May, because I've actually been looking at that too. I want to see what it's going to cost to stay in the park, because now that I'm getting to the point where I'm making some decent money, I actually want to splurge a little bit when I go to Yellowstone and stay in a nice place, kind of pamper myself a little bit. I work hard, I deserve it, right? Yeah, it was sort of short-sighted, wasn't it? Yeah, when are we going to really get the Jeffrey Epstein files? Yeah, that's it exactly. We're gonna get it, and it's just gonna be it's gonna be a bunch of black stripes. I don't know how long it's gonna take the project. I'm open to the possibility it might not be until next year that I put trees in there because really the time to put the trees would be in the next few weeks, and it's not gonna be ready to do that. I'm not gonna want to do it in the summer. So yeah, I'm open to the fact that it might be next spring before we finish it. But it's a long term project. It's gonna take a long time to finish that. We deserve the names. I believe. I agree. It is, and the truth is, moving half the sand to the other half of the pool, that was a big job too. And I was thinking, oh man, that's gonna suck doing that. But I did a couple wheelbarrow loads at a time, and over a period of 2 weeks, I got it done. So you want it done now, huh? Are you a bad egg? Yeah, I think it's gonna look nice. I haven't even decided how tall it's gonna be yet. I'm gonna figure that out. Well, like I said, a little bit at a time. I think it's gonna be fine. I do want to do fruit trees. I've also been thinking about raising the level of the garden. I mean, I think it's sort of almost maybe the next phase of finally maybe turning that whole thing into a greenhouse. Get the whole thing off the ground, so I don't have to sit on my knees and when I'm trying to just stand there next to it, or maybe even not even high enough to be standing, but maybe something I could sit on a chair and work on. And then ultimately, I think I'm going to put that in, build a greenhouse around that. Now, I've even kind of thought about it the way the path is going to go through the middle of the elevated thing I'm building right now. The other side where you get off the path might lead to go to a path that would go up to the greenhouse. So, like, I'm kind of thinking this all out how I want to do this because I really want to, I want to move away more from grass in the backyard and move to more like planters and more of this kind of stuff like I'm doing now. And I've thought about channeling the water that comes off the shed and off the greenhouse into rain barrels, which I could then which would be right there in the greenhouse that could be used to water the plants. That would be great. Yeah, I got to keep the crazies away. I mean, there's the reason they call you guys the escapees. Would you want to invite a bunch of escapees to your house? Yeah, I didn't think so. I am still using the rain barrel, not quite what I was planning to use it for. I'm actually using it now for as a freshwater source for the bird bath. Because what better water to put in a bird bath than rainwater, right? But I would definitely build another one, uh, or a couple of them, and feed them off of the water that channels off the roof. Both the roof of the greenhouse and off of the roof of the shed that would be right next to it. 10 months. Oh man, what could possibly go wrong? And you know me, I just cleaned up the guest bedroom, so we're ready to go. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go completely like off the grid like that. I like growing some stuff, and if I can grow some, fruits and stuff like that. Like I said, when it get to the point where we're ready to plant, we're gonna have to look and see what's gonna do well, in the environments that we get here in Texas, and what I have to do, like, if we get a freeze coming or something. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cook rabbits. Sorry, that's out of the question. Just for pets. I love animals too much to do that. I know that goes in contrast to the fact that they'll eat steak and chicken and pork and stuff like that. But yeah, no possum either. I don't know. I might try possum just if I were given an opportunity just to see. I love sushi. I know there's been a couple of times I've gone to like the state fair here in Texas. Well, actually, like county fair in Texas here in Waco, and they'll sell weird things. I had like alligator and stuff like that. Alligator was good. I'm someone who'll definitely try something because it's strange. Well, under certain limits. I mean, I won't do snails. Sorry, no bugs for me. But I would consider possum. I got to admit, I don't know that much about that dot. Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild branch? Huh. That might be something I have to look up. Okay, I was wondering if I could copy that. I guess I can here. All right, save that. See, pheasant, that's something else I would try if the situation presented itself. It sounds interesting. Might be that Ted Nugent has places all over the place. Because I could see him being in both places. Because in both places, there'd be good hunting, and you just know he's into that. That's funny. Flip Wilson took a can of possum, huh? Yeah, maybe that's why everything tastes like chicken here. No, actually, I would definitely try it if, like I said, if I was given a chance. Yeah, no roadkill. There'd have to be acquired under other methods. Pre-tenderized, right? I mean, I guess if it hadn't been sitting there for a week and rotting, that might be different. But yeah, Ted Nugent was the man. Yeah, that's true. Still the man. Got quiet in here. All right, one down. I'm sporting new extra large glasses here. No, I haven't been on my bike for a while. I gotta get out and do that. It's supposed to be cold. Well, it's been warm lately, like in the 70s. It's been really nice spring weather here, but cold front kind of blew in last night, and it's supposed to be really cold tonight, like in the 30s, and then it's going to warm up again. One of these days, I want to go down right along the river on my bike. That'd be a good vlog. Put the GoPro on my helmet, take you along. Australia's it is their summer, I guess, isn't it? No, yeah, I could definitely put the GoPro on because I've done that before, where I put the GoPro on my helmet. I did that when I bungee jumped, or not bungee jumped, zip lined with Beth that one time. Every couple minutes, that seems excessive. It's not supposed to be dropping every about 12 minutes, and it puts a little screen up, letting me know when. That's weird that you seem to be. Let's see if I can see this thing here. What side of the continent is Bisbane on? I guess we'll find it by looking here. Okay, yeah, I guess I see it. I guess I'm not thinking of it as a cyclone. I think of cyclones, I think of something that's spinning like a hurricane or a tornado. This seems like just a really powerful storm right now. It's on the East Coast, right? Yeah, no, I'm not going to be jumping any cars, but I won't fall like Biden either. I don't know. Is everybody else seeing that many ads? Because I know one of the you'll notice that sometimes well, always my live streams disappear for about 24 hours after they're done. Um, and the reason I do that is one, it gives YouTube kind of a chance to process the video. Otherwise, you tend to get grainy video right off the bat. It also gives me a chance to get rid of the ads because YouTube does overdo on the ads. It overdoes on the ads immensely because Bearcat's talking about every couple of minutes. That's what it is. If I let them do the ads on let them plug the ads in. It's going to be something every 3 minutes or so. And so I ended up going in there and manually deleting all of them. And then I put one in about every 15 minutes. I think that's about right. Uh, but it sounds like Bearcat's getting fed the ads at the rate that YouTube tries to do it. But I tell YouTube to do it, like I said, every 12 minutes. Yeah, I mean, if something's going weird, Bearcat, I'd like to see, you know, I'd like to know what's going on, see if we can figure that out. Because it's weird because I don't see anyone else talking about it. Yeah, and what I got it set up is because there's several ways that they can do it. Um, First off, you give YouTube total control of it, and they put it in when you want or when they want. Uh, and I don't like that because they do that too much. Or you have an option where you get to choose it, and there's two options there. You can set the interval, how often you do the ad. I could do it, 6 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 minutes, something like that. Every 18 minutes. I got it set for 12 minutes. I wish I could do 15, but they don't give me an option for 15. But every 12 minutes seems to work. And I'm surprised anyone's getting more than that. And then there's another option where I've never played with it, but apparently there's an option where they'll put a button on the screen and I can press the button and the ad will happen then. Like I said, I've never played with that one. Yeah, we didn't really see a whole lot of Harris ads, placards here. There were a few of them. And it's funny, a couple of blocks over. there were neighbors that were clearly on the opposite side. So it was one house, and every 5 feet there was a Trump sign, and then the next house, every 5 feet there was a Harris sign. It was funny, but they all went away after the election. It's funny. The neighbors, two houses down, that are obviously big libs. They had a trans flag out in front of the house the entire time Biden was president. But the second Trump became president, they took it down. I'm sure they convinced themselves that we rednecks were gonna come after them. As if one, we're gonna forget that you had a trans flag out there up until the election, and two, as if Republicans are gonna go beat people up. That's not our side that does that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Minnesota is very liberal. I have my aunt and uncle on my mom's side are big libs, but my uncle, my dad's brother, is a pretty solid Republican. I don't know about getting another cat. I haven't really thought a whole lot. Right now, I think I just want some alone time with Bite. I don't know. We'll see. It may happen. I would love to see. They were talking about live streaming the trip into Fort Knox. Yeah, I've heard people doing that too. That's funny too. And no ads now, huh? That's interesting. Maybe the UI, the AI at YouTube is listening to us and saying, hearing us complain about it. Oh man, we're giving them too much ads. Okay, back off the ads. Back off the ads. They're on to us. Well, I think it's just when stuff uh, sells out, and it looks like for the most part there are rooms still available for like May and June. That early. So I don't know. We could hop on that. Oh, John was seeing him too. That's weird. That's hard when two members of the same family fought on the different sides. But I heard there was a lot of that. I don't think any of my family goes back that far. I mean, maybe there's someone there in the distant past that has ties back to that. But my family seemed to have immigrated to the U.S. in the early 1900s. I don't doubt that, Dot. Okay, so now the screen is telling me that I have an ad that's going to pop up in about 13 seconds here. So we'll see you after a short break from our sponsor. Hey, Ruth. Thanks, Dot. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support. You support them, they support me. We all win. All right. Yeah. If I think about it when I see them, I think that's the point of telling you, giving you the 60-second warning on the screen, is so you can kind of wrap up whatever you're thinking about and stop for the break like that. See, if I was a professional, I would actually look at that and make sure that I finished my point before the ad happened. Did you get one there, Bearcat? I've been to some good sushi buffets. They played two ads. Okay, that's interesting. And they were ones that you could click past, or thanks for stopping in, Gene. Good talking to you. I don't know if well, there is that Ocean Buffet place. They had a pretty healthy selection of sushi, and there is a place downtown that that sells sushi. Also, I haven't been to that one. I've been to the Ocean Buffet. I did a vlog on that early on. I heard some horror stories about that place afterwards. Apparently, they'd been shut down by the health department a few times for unsanitary conditions. Well, you'll never get me asking to buy me coffee. I don't drink coffee, so you're good. I mean, that's never been my thing. I kind of get a kick out of doing the vlogging. And the truth is, it gets me out and makes me learn a little bit about where I live. I know so much more about Waco than I did about where I lived in California. I lived there my whole life. I had a real positive experience at Ocean Buffet. Like I said, it's just a big kind of a smorgasbord kind of thing, and you go take what you want. No, I don't think I have, Ruth. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Pupusas? I don't know if I eat anything that starts with poo poo. I mean, it's going to end as poo poo. I don't want to start that way. Well, you got to remember, a lot of vloggers are doing this, as they're living. That's how they make a living. And so, yeah, that's how they do it. I don't. You know, the truth is, I lose money on this. I spend way more money making my vlogs than I get from them. But I don't care. That's not why I'm doing this. I don't remember what I paid when I went to Ocean Buffet, but I don't know. I thought the food was good, and there was lots of it. Yeah, yeah, it did close a lot of retail places. Restaurants were especially hit hard. And I remember saying at the time, "Oops, knocked the laptop over here." I remember saying at the time it was kind of pointless to be shutting down the economy for this. We weren't going to make the thing go away. It was already part of our world, and we were going to have to learn to live with it. And that's what happened. And ultimately, we hit herd mentality or herd immunity. It was herd mentality at the beginning, and then we hit herd immunity. Yeah, bingo, dot, exactly. And I don't think we passed. I think we failed. I've been to Golden Corral too, and in California we used to have something called hometown buffet. Jordan, I like going to that because there was a lot of food for not a lot of money. Yeah, they went under. That was sad. Which Waco author? I think who we're talking about. Well, I guess I would think that I wouldn't want to connect food and fur. That might be a reason. I don't like thinking about fur when I'm thinking about my food. And there was something that I remember liking when I was in California, and there was one here in Waco too called Fuddruckers. They went under. That was a good like kind of sit down burger place. That's too bad because I ate there a number of times because one it was really close to it was almost walking distance from where I was living at the time. Well, I got a couple of books from Waco. Basically, the ones I got from my mom. That Fred Gildersleeve photo book. I have that. I have one that's like old houses in Waco, and one that like has some history from Waco. No, I haven't. I actually took down notes about that Ted Nugent Ranch, and we're gonna maybe go look into that because Ted Nugent alone, be a ranch and Ted Nugent. That would probably be a good vlog. Oh yeah, I love pizza. Pizza is probably one of my favorite things in the world. I don't order it enough though. Tacos are good. You can't go wrong. Yeah, tacos, Mexican food in general, you can't go wrong. There's some good pizza places around here though. The photo book, okay. Is his house still around? I don't know if they said where he lived. Yeah, yeah, we got Domino's. Eh. I tried homemade pizza a couple times in vlogs. It was all right. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look at that, John, because I wasn't aware there was anything here in Waco involving Ted Nugent and a ranch. Definitely be have to, something I have to look into. But I'm sure there's still a whole bunch of buildings that are still here today. Because so much of the downtown, minus what was destroyed by the tornado in '53, it's a lot of it's still there. Oh, and Bearcat, here comes another ad, about 30 seconds. Yeah, I think Domino's Pizzas went downhill a little bit. All right, well, I'll catch up with you after the ad. Whew, that ad made me hungry. Funny thing is, I don't even know what ad it was. Might have been a Kamala Harris ad. Okay, that's not good either, Gene. Boy, that ad made me hungry. Dog food ad. I went to the LBJ library with Jordan. I was never much of a fan of LBJ. The guy was kind of a bigot. Yeah, a lot of times the chains aren't really good. I've had Papa John's. It's okay. There's two places around here I kind of like that I've vlogged. I vlogged both of them. That's Old Chicago Pizza Place down by the freeway, and a place called Slow Rise Pizza that's kind of right off Waco Drive and the Six. And that's pretty good. There also used to be a place downtown called 900 Degrees Pizza that I went that was really good. They went under though. And then there's that place that I visited a couple times called Moroso's Pizza. That's more of a gourmet pizza kind of thing. I haven't really thought about smoked salmon, but you're right. That would probably be pretty good. I don't use the smoker that much. I don't know. That's just what they called themselves is 900 degrees pizza. They used old stone ovens though. That was pretty cool. Pizza Hut, yeah, yeah, no. I don't know. I thought you were talking about the Leaning Tower of Pisa Hut. Little Caesars is okay. They have their moments. And I'll give Pizza Hut some credit. Their pizzas are better than they used to be. Their pizzas used to really be bad. No, maybe that's something else I'll get done. Get the first one of the clocks in because I'd like to get the antique clock at least going again. I think that's just an adjustment, but I just gotta get off my butt and bring it over there. Yeah, beef brisket would be good too. Exactly, tune up time. I mean, the grandfather clock's working perfectly. I have no problems with that. The cuckoo clock, every once in a while, it goes into its cuckoo cycle and it doesn't stop until the weights hit the ground. Haven't gone back to the RC place. I still follow their page on Facebook, and they're having events all the time. Problem is, their events are always on Saturdays, and I work on Saturdays. It that's one of the things that's been a little culture shock moving to Texas. Is there's a lot of things in Texas, a lot of businesses in Texas that are closed on Sundays. You know, big chains and stuff like that, they're open, but Gallery 11 is open. It's been a long time since I've had like a chain pizza. I mean, every once in a while, there's a pizza place here, Mario's Pizza, that that work hires from. Costco pizza is actually surprisingly good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into the treats. They taste a little like cat food, and Bite isn't here, so it's interesting. This is the first time in a live stream in a long time that he hasn't been out here multiple times during the shift. Yeah, you have to be a Costco member to do that. And the truth is, I let my membership lapse because the nearest Costco to me is like in Round Rock, and that's like all the way to almost to Austin. So that's a 90-minute, 100-minute drive. The point of going to Costco is saving money, and if I'm burning it up in gas, it isn't worth it. I don't know. Let's find out. We can do the combination of calling his name and shaking the treat jar here. But that's going to make all your pets come too. So just be ready for that. Hey, bye. Now we wait. Oh, there he is. He peered around the corner at least. Whether he comes out here, that's another thing. Come on, buddy. I got the brush. See, that's going to be the thing that gets his attention. He likes to brush. Yeah, he'll come when he's called usually. Now he's going to do what he does. He's going to do the orbit around the couch. So he'll go around the back of the couch and come out on the other side and then walk in front of me and then jump up onto the couch probably. That's sort of his way. Thanks for stopping in, Dot. Yeah, it is the literal catwalk. Yeah, car is ready for road trip, definitely. And it's not really going to be that long of a trip. You know, it'll be a couple hundred miles round trip. I don't know. I don't know when the next vlog will be. Is that's one of those things that's like I don't realize I'm gonna do a food vlog until day of. It's one of those things. What do I want to do today? Let's cook something, or let's go to a restaurant or something. You know, I don't usually plan for a food vlog. There are exceptions because I got that Hecho in Waco Mexican place I want to hit sometime, but usually it's spur of the moment kind of thing. Well, I'm going to go see the Lego convention at the Waco Convention Center right after the vlog today. I got my tickets. I'm just got to go down and do that. So that's on the agenda today. And then I want to do a little road trip up to kind of the Dallas Fort Worth area. There's a couple things up there I want to see, including one I'm a little afraid of. So you know that will be good. Yeah, I went to Legoland once with my sister and nephew and niece. It was all right. Yeah, there he is. Speaking of bite, yeah, I have a significant amount of like meat and freezer, and I have remember on I think it was a Christmas Day or New Year's Day I did a live stream where I made lasagna on the live stream. I still got one of those in the freezer. Yeah, I should do a sushi vlog. I don't know who likes sushi. Anybody like sushi? Bearcat keeps mentioning it, so there's probably something there. Well, that was probably an ad that just happened right there. Wow. Bet you Bite would like sushi too, wouldn't you? Sushi's definitely an acquired taste. You gotta love it or not love it. But I've always been kind of a fan of extreme flavors. Yeah, that's not really sushi. They're all right. I like California rolls, but yeah, how authentic Japanese can they be if it's called a California roll? You know, call it an Okinawa roll or something. Tokyo roll. That sounds too much like Tokyo Rose, doesn't it? But it still is sort of sushi on the grounds that it's raw fish, usually crab meat. Every time somebody talks about Pokey, I think Gumby's pal. And yes, he's still here, seeking out the attention here. Because you're an attention whore, aren't you? Yes, you are. Wow. There, you heard it. You had some mats that need to come out, dude. That was just a big chunk of fur I pulled out. Don't get rid of those. We're gonna have to shave you bald. And even Nibble wouldn't recognize you. I would like to get to the point where I travel a little bit more. You know, I'm getting up there in years. I may retire at some point. And then I'll be more free to do that. Visit all the national parks. You know what I would love to do? I wish there was more of a rail system in the U.S. It'd be fun to go visit all the national parks and take the train. I think that'd be a fun adventure. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough money at this point to retire early, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm making decent money at work. Got a good 401k there. Don't have to worry about paying house bills because this is paid off. Both Trump and the state of Texas are talking about uh, seriously curtailing property taxes, which would solve problems here. Yeah, I know. There's so many beautiful things to see in the U.S. Yeah, I didn't. I never saw Eddie Murphy do Mr. Rogers. There are some more caves in the state that I want to visit, and I actually almost want to go back to that first cave, the Inner Space Caverns that I went to, because when I went there before, when I shot that before, I was shooting on my cell phone, and I'd really like to bring the G7X in there. But yeah, I love the caves. Yeah, I have no doubt that he thugged it up. I'm not as into cars as some people because I don't know them well enough to say, oh, that's a 1957 Chevy or something like that. I admire them for their beauty, but you know, if my going around looking at a car show would be, oh, there's a cool car. Oh, there's another cool car. Wow, that one's pretty. I don't know anything about them. Yeah, when Jordan and I went to the Peterson Automotive Museum in LA, that was fun because that was a lot of like movie cars and stuff like that. There's this cave that I heard that's in Mexico that I would love to visit, but I don't know if I would ever get a chance to do it. That's basically the inside of a giant geode. And this thing is like, it's a big, massive cavern. Imagine this thing the size of a mountain, and you can walk around inside it. And there's crystals that are 30, 40 feet tall, weigh a ton, or 2 tons or 5 tons or 10 tons or some ridiculous amount. Uh, but I guess it's really hard to get into, almost illegal to go into it. And even if you get in, it's really miserable in there because it's like 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can only be in there for a few minutes. But that would definitely be really cool to go in. But see, that's the kind of thing I would love to do. Little natural things, national parks and that kind of stuff. I would have a kick doing that. And everyone keeps talking about Big Bend, Texas, and I'm gonna probably have to check that out sometime. That might be a place you just go in and camp, and that'd be fun too. Oh, I'm sure they do too, but sometimes it would be fun to just get out and camp. I got all the stuff I need to do that. I got a tent, I got sleeping bags, lanterns, all sorts of camping equipment. Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful places up north. Virginia's no different. Oh, I'm sure it would. I'm sure I would not be over camping. Death Valley would definitely be a place I'd go visit. You know, even though I'm going into California. Fortunately, it's right close to the border, so if I just escape over the border, Yosemite is the same way. It's right on the border, so boom, you're over the border and you're out. Yeah, I would love to visit some of the history sites too. You're right. That would be something fun to do. Yeah, but I'm kind of a boring person anyway, so I think if I did retire and had all my time off, it would encourage me to travel more. Oh yeah, I definitely want to do national parks. I halfway thought when I was coming back from California a year ago after my mom died that I'd stop at Grand Canyon, but that was a little out of the way. We ended up going to Meteor Crater and Petrified Forest and Carlsbad Caverns. Those are all fun. There's all sorts of great national parks I'd like to visit, including some I never have. Anyway, I think I'm going to pull the plug on this one. Got to get ready to go to the Lego convention here. I'm not sure what that's all going to be about. If it's going to be selling Lego stuff or just people displaying things that they've built. But that's what I'm going to do for today, and I think that'll be a fun vlog. So, uh, like I said, I'm on maintenance interval at work, so I'm off of work for the next about 10 days. So hopefully we're going to get some good stuff. So stay tuned here. We'll have see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Good night.